This is an emergency transmission from the Domestic Safety and Response Division. Please remain calm and listen carefully. This is not a test. We are issuing an immediate public advisory concerning a series of animal silence incidents reported across multiple counties. Residents are urged to stay indoors after sundown and pay close attention to their household pets, especially dogs. If your dog suddenly stops barking at night, without any clear reason, you must lock all doors and secure every entry point. Do not assume this means the threat is gone. The absence of sound does not indicate safety. It indicates something has changed. These reports are not related to power failures or environmental noise fluctuations. This is an active anomaly, documented in over 30 neighborhoods since midnight. All cases begin the same way: a dog barking normally, then freezing mid-sound, followed by total silence inside and outside the home. Further instructions will follow. Until then, remain indoors, keep communication lines open, and do not ignore the silence. The first confirmed incident was logged at 12:41 a.m. in the town of Clearwater. A family reported that their shepherd was barking furiously at the back door when its sound cut off completely mid-bark. The dog's jaw stayed open, chest still heaving, but no noise came out. The parents thought it had choked until they realized that even the refrigerator's hum had stopped. For nearly 20 seconds, the entire house held its breath. Moments later, the sound returned, but not from the dog. A faint echo of barking, several seconds delayed, came from outside the window. Security footage showed nothing, only a frame where the air seemed heavier, like heat distortion. Another call arrived from a nearby block. A Labrador went silent at the same minute, head turned toward the hallway, unmoving. When the owner whispered its name, the dog trembled and lowered itself, eyes fixed on a darkened doorway. By morning, for more households reported identical events. Different towns, same hour, same silence. Dispatchers began highlighting one pattern in red. Each affected animal had been barking for at least 3 minutes before stopping, as though warning their owners until the very last possible moment. After that, nothing but quiet, and the sense that something else was listening instead. Officials have documented 3 progressive stages that occur before and during a silence event. Each follows the same sequence, regardless of breed or location. Stage 1, pre-silence discomfort. Dogs begin pacing in tight circles, ears flicking toward unseen corners. Their breathing quickens. They avoid eye contact, responding weakly to their name. Some owners report faint whining, as though the dog is pleading for them to notice something. This stage usually begins around 12:30 a.m., lasting no more than 5 minutes. Stage 2, sound cut. Without warning, the barking stops mid-tone. The silence that follows is unnaturally thick. No crickets, no wind, not even the creak of the floorboards. People describe it as if the air itself has been vacuum sealed. Dogs remain perfectly still, heads raised, mouths open, eyes locked forward. Stage 3, visual lock. The animal's gaze fixes on a single point: a door, a mirror, a hallway. Muscles stiffen. Some shake uncontrollably but refuse to move. When touched, they recoil or growl softly, as if proximity to their owner makes the silence heavier. Citizens are warned not to intervene once these stages begin. Do not clap, call, or attempt to comfort the dog. Early evidence suggests the silence is not absence of sound, but suppression of it. Something in that moment chooses what can be heard and what cannot. At 12:42 a.m. last Wednesday, a call was received from Hollow Avenue, reporting another silence event. The caller, identified as Maria K., described her golden retriever sitting by the living room window, barking wildly toward the yard. She was about to close the curtains when the sound stopped. Not just the barking. In fact, everything. The clock's ticking ceased, her phone buzzed but made no tone, and even her own breathing felt distant. When Maria stepped closer, she noticed her dog's chest still moving, mouth open, but its eyes had changed, glassy, unblinking, reflecting a faint light that wasn't there. She turned to check the window, and for a single moment, she saw a tall outline standing behind the glass. No movement, no features, just a shape watching. The silence broke at exactly 12:44 a.m. The dog collapsed, unharmed but trembling, and Maria swore she heard a single whisper, like her own voice repeating from behind the window, "It's inside." Later that day, investigators reviewed her security camera. The footage played normally until 12:42, then cut to static. For 2 full seconds, a faint silhouette appeared in the doorway reflection behind her. Audio readings confirmed a total loss of frequency data during those exact seconds. Complete, engineered quiet. By the following evening, the Domestic Safety and Response Division assembled a panel of specialists, animal behaviorists, sound technicians, and environmental researchers to interpret the silence events. Their findings conflicted immediately. Acoustic engineers noted that decibel readings dropped to absolute zero during each report, something impossible under natural conditions. It's not that the sound is gone, one analyst stated, it's being absorbed. Veterinarians argued that dogs were reacting to low-frequency impulses, perhaps electromagnetic, that distort their vocal cords. Yet none could explain why every event occurred precisely at 12:42 a.m. A leaked internal memo suggested something far more deliberate. Officials refused to comment, but several lines were redacted beneath the phrase, "The silence is selective." One theory proposed that the phenomenon listens in return, that when the dogs stop barking, they are not obeying something but being heard by it. By this stage, entire neighborhoods reported their dogs growing restless before midnight, pacing in circles, staring at unseen corners. Residents described the air-thickening moments before the quiet. Experts issued a revised statement late that night. The dogs do not stop because they are calm. They stop because something else has started listening. The broadcast ended abruptly. No one has publicly spoken from that team since. Within 48 hours of the Hollow Avenue report, the silence phenomenon spread beyond the initial containment zones. Entire communities began sharing identical experiences, dogs freezing mid-bark, wind chimes halting in mid-sway, and clocks skipping minutes without ticking. The government urged calm, but citizens flooded online forums with footage showing the same timestamp, 12:42 a.m. One video, posted from a quiet suburb in Denver, showed a man whispering into his phone camera. "Listen," he said, "you can't even hear the fridge." Behind him, his dog sat perfectly still, staring at the front door. Then, from outside, came a faint knock, 3 slow taps. The man didn't move. The knock repeated, louder this time. When he whispered, "Who's there?" his dog's head turned, not toward the door, but toward him. The video ended with the words, "Lock the door. It doesn't knock twice." By dawn, panic replaced curiosity. Shelters overflowed with abandoned dogs, their owners too afraid to keep them near. Reporters covering the events vanished mid-broadcast. Their microphones picked up nothing but an unnatural, airless void before transmission cut off. The division released one last update that night. If your dog stops barking, do not investigate. Do not open doors or windows. Maintain silence. The quiet is not empty, it's waiting. After that, the alert ceased, but the silence, however, did not. At 11:58 p.m., national frequencies suddenly reactivated. Every television, radio, and emergency broadcast channel displayed the same message under the familiar insignia of the Domestic Safety and Response Division. A trembling voice began reading, slow, controlled, yet cracking at the edges. "Attention all citizens. This is not a drill. The silence has reached full urban saturation. Reports confirm synchronized audio loss across 23 districts. If your dog stops barking tonight, lock every door immediately. Do not attempt to comfort the animal. Do not make a sound." The voice paused, replaced by faint static and distant scraping. Then, more softly, "They use the noise to find us. When it stops, they're already inside." Viewers reported their screens flickering to grayscale. Behind the voice, faint whimpers, like a dog trying to bark through water. Then a heavy, rhythmic knocking, slow, deliberate. The announcer gasped, whispering one final line before the feed collapsed. "If your house feels quieter than usual, it means one of them stayed." The signal terminated at exactly 12:42 a.m. nationwide. Every household reported the same thing in that moment. A soundless knock somewhere inside their home. No further transmissions were ever received from the division. The silence became permanent. The world learned too late that quiet was never peace. It was hunger.